It's story time again, and today we'll be reading The Mirror. Once upon a time, a vizier was walking around the market with his high officials. He came across the slave market. Pitiful people who had lost their freedom were being sold one by one. The vizier approached the slaves. He wanted to see them more closely. Just then an old slave said to the vizier, "There's a stain on your turban, sir." The vizier took off his turban and examined it. The slave was right. This meant he'd been walking through the market with the stained turban for hours, and everyone had seen it. How embarrassing! Then he looked at his companions sadly and said to them, "You saw the stain on my turban, yet you closed your eyes and didn't tell me anything about it. I just realized that my real friend was that poor slave. I cannot let my true friend be sold as a slave. Buy him immediately and set him free." Later the vizier had the following hadith of the Prophet framed and sent to his men so that they would never forget this incident. A Muslim is the mirror of another Muslim. Picture. I'm not quite sure what the moral is supposed to be. It's kind of hard to figure out. I imagine it's something like a Muslim has to look out for other Muslims to make sure, well, they don't get embarrassed or they don't act bad or something a lot of that nature. I would hope that any friend would kind of do that, but apparently you have to do it with each other if you are under the same religion. It doesn't address the morality of slavery, even though the vizier admits that slavery is bad because he's saying he doesn't want his new true friend, the slave that told him his hat was stained, to have to be a slave. But that's not addressed. I guess the author didn't think that was important enough. Maybe it will be later in the book. So, moral is, friends don't let friends get embarrassed with stains on their hats. And you should also have a hadith that kind of alludes to that framed and sent to them. Being passive aggressive is the best way to tell your friends how you really feel.